What's good everyone, it's from imamusicmogul. Welcome to a brand new video. Today's video has been heavily requested, and that is how to design and create 808s from scratch. Modern 808s like, the Zay 808, Spins 808, Wheezy 808, Pierre 808, all those types of 808s. I'm going to show you just a foundation to build and get an 808 like that so you could build out your custom 808 libraries. I will be sharing with you my secrets on how I create my personal 808s for my sample packs. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. For this tutorial, I will recreate the Zay 808, and I got it right here. This is what it sounds like. That's the recreated Zay 808. And then from that, you can sort of tune it, switch it, add effects, and create new 808s from that. Very popular, the infamous Zay 808. So the first thing we're gonna do here is create a new software instrument track, and I'm gonna bring in Serum. So the first thing you wanna do is head on over to Oscillator A and go to Analog and bring in a sine wave, so the analog BD sine, and this is what you get. A basic sine wave. Next thing you want to do is head on over to noise, and you want to bring in a little bit of noise to hit on top of that 808. This is across all 808s that I've been hearing, so I'm going to go over to analog, and I'd like to bring in the pink noise, so the ARP pink. Now obviously that's way too loud, so we're going to go ahead and bring that down. So let's go to level, bring it down to about like somewhere like there is good. So now we got our sine wave, some noise. Let's adjust the shape of this 808. So first things first, let's go ahead and bring down our sustain. I'm going to pull up our attack to about 70 for this type of 808, the Zay 808. Pull up the release a little bit. It's a little too long. I'll pull up the decay as well. So now we got a subtone there, but we need a kick to happen at the top part of the 808, so it hits and thumps and then has that subtone layer underneath. And we could do that all in Serum very easily using the LFO section right over here. So on LFO 1, I'm going to take this, click it, drag it all the way to our coarse pitch over here. And this is going to control a little pitch thing that happens on top of the 808 every time we hit it. Now that's obviously not what we want to happen, but I just want to show you what it's doing. All right, so I'm going to tune this, change this over to envelope. I'm going to turn off our anchor there. And watch what happens when I pull up our rate. We're getting more of a kick sound. But now I'm just going to have to pull this up over here, this little blue dot over here, to about 36. And it's turning into like this kick type of sound. But right now it's that blip sound. It's not quite the kick sound that we want, so we're going to go ahead and shape that a little bit. We're going to take this over here and we're going to pull this back. Just a little bit of a thump. I'm going to shape it. Hear that kick that's happening on top? If you move this more to the right, it's more of like a Wheezy type of 808 once you add in this distortion. But I'm going to pull this back here. And we have this kick thump on top of our sub tone. So from there, we have the foundation to our 808. The next part is just really adding in the spices and sauces that you want to make your 808 unique to you. But since we're recreating the Zay 808, let's go ahead and head on over to the effects tab. I'm going to bring in a filter to start things off. I'm going to pull the cutoff all the way up, and I'm going to pull the drive. Somewhere to about there. And then I'm going to go over to distortion, bring in additional distortion, bring in some saturation this time. So we're going to change our distortion over to tape saturation. And I'm going to pull our drive a little bit more here. You can add some resonance if you want here. Just a little bit. Now, if we go back to our oscillator, and this is why I like to use Serum because it is a wave table synthesizer, we can go to the wavetable position over here of our sine wave. we can make it a little bit more gritty. All right, so the 808s is sounding a little bit dull, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit brighter by going back to our noise right over here. And just make it, I'm gonna pull in a little bit more noise to make it a little bit brighter. Right, and now we got that Z808 pretty much right there. So right there is how you recreate the Z808 from scratch using Serum. This is my personal approach of how I go about making 808s from scratch for my sample packs, for my productions, and now you got that secret sauce as well. So if you do have any questions on this, you can go ahead and ask me in the comment section below. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.